Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Here we go. We're going to try a new idea today. Here comes Sadie. Come on, Angela. We're going to lift the pole in the front. Ask Sadie to step over the harness pole in the back. We won't do anything more than that with Sadie right now until we get Evie over here, which we're going to do. Step up.
Step over.
Right away, her hips are over. Let's see. Can you reach back? Try to get that hip over.
Over. Over.
Not listening.
Over. Over.
There's a right front moved.
Over.
Can you push her with your fingers? A little bit more request.
Over. Over.
Yeah, she misunderstands. That's often the case. She's investigating. I moved it all over towards her. Now go ahead and bring Eve. We don't expect to have any trouble with Eve. We're hoping with Eve here on this side, on the north side of the harness pole, that Sadie will say, okay, it's safe to stand in there. Remember, livestock get claustrophobic. Easy.
Easy.
It's all right.
Easy.
It's all right.
Easy.
Come on, Evie. There you go.
Easy.
And she touched it. Eve touched it, so Sadie got scared. Go back around, Angela.
Step up.
That's our objective today, our tiny baby step objective. Can we get them lined up here along the harness pole where they should be? Now, Eve should be another step forward.
Up,
Can you get her to go another step? Say, step up.
Step up.
Step up. Good. Whoa. Okay, that left foot has to come forward.
Step up.
Good girl, Sadie. Step up.
Oh.
Oh. And Sadie's hip is still out. Angela, you hold the harness pole right here. Give me the arm extension.
Good girl, Sadie. You're all right.
Now this is my arm extension. I can use it either way. I'm going to use the thicker end to ask a little bit more firmly with rhythmic pressure. Over, 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 back, over, 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 over. Not the right answer. Back around. Now you probably don't see me right now, but I'm putting my lead line on the left side of this Bonnie Roberts so I can stand out here, have a little bit more control over her nose. Whoa, whoa, and she touched it as she came in. See how she's trying to get away from this thing she's still afraid of. She's not respecting me, not giving me confidence. Back. Back, back. Come back around. Resistance, little bit of pressure. Step up. Whoa. Step up. Whoa. Can you hold Eve while you hold the front? Trying something new. And Scott, you go back and pick up the back, not high, just real low. I'm going to move Sadie up a little bit. Step up. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, move over towards Sadie. It's all right. She's watching. It's all right. Make nice. Whoa. Back. Back. Okay, put it down. Come up around. Scott, why don't you go watch the, move the camera with us? Whoa. Back, 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 back. Oftentimes, to get their confidence and respect, you don't do it at the site, at the spooky object site. You do it elsewhere. Whoa! Whoa! Ah! Ah! Back! The wrong answer. The pressure continues. Good.
Girl, Evie.
Back around. Whoa! Back! 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 The back command is a real good command to try to get a little bit of respect. It's not a movement that they generally do out in the wild. They have to do it just because you're asking for it. Easy now. Approach. Approach. Ah! Whoa! Back! This is an obstacle. I'm doing an approach retreat. Back! Back! Step up. Step up. I'm not looking at her face. Step up.
You're okay. Good girl.
Whoa! Back! 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 Angela, can you put the harness pole back down? Okay. And you walk Evie out, and let's try to walk them in together. I'm going to keep this arm extension behind me as an arm reach to her hip. If I sense that she's moving her hip out. Now she's watching her mom. She has a lot of confidence in her mom. See how she's watching her? They learn from each other.
Step up. Hop.
I want to be close to the halter, but not too close.
Steady.
Oh!
Good girl, Eve.
Eve is perfect. Over, 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 over. I'm getting a pivot. Good, good. She is parallel now. Not in there, but parallel. Back, 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 back. Good. Scott, can you leave the camera on us? And come up here in the front. I know in the back she'll suspect you. Let's see what she says. If you stand here for just a moment in the front. It's all right. Make nice. Distract her. Confidence. Now can you bend down slowly? She's going to watch you. She's already watching you. See if you can move it over towards her a little bit. There you go. And you're not going to pick it up. You're just going to slide it over, keeping in mind that you don't want to hit Eve's back legs. Can you step up a little bit, Angela?
Step up.
Whoa. Oh, good. Okay, let's stop. Let's stop. Why? Because we're getting close. It's a tiny baby step. It's a right answer, even though it's only slightly to the ultimate objective. It's a hard call. Should I go for some more?
Try from the back.
Possibly, possibly. Go ahead. Very quietly go to the back. We're just
okay.
creating as we go here. Can he move it from the back a little closer to Sadie? Now, Sadie, I have to admit, has gone backwards in her training as far as this goes. It's all right. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Very slowly moving it parallel to her. Okay, now come back up here.
Good Girl, eat.
And very quietly move it another inch or so, and then very quietly pick it up. They're kind of in position. It's all right. It's all right. I don't want that hip to come out. Very quietly pick it up. It's all right. It's all right. Very nice. That's good. About to where the hocks would be. Okay. All right. Good. She hasn't moved her hip out. Okay, put it down. Let's remove the pressure. So she'll know that was the right answer. Okay, now this is still holiday time, so we don't have our full team here. If I had another person or two, I would do more today. But it's just the three of us. We got a right answer. It's all right. It's good weather. We have found a moment of resolution. So we're going to stop for now. This I'm calling our parallel hips training session. We're doing what we can to make sure that Eve and Sadie understand that when they stand next to the harness pole, which we have strategically set down right here in front of this wall of the storage shed, we want them to understand that once they walk in, they're to stay parallel to the ABS harness pole and parallel to each other. Now we're a little bit worried about them feeling claustrophobic in here with a wall in front and these vinyl portable panels on the side, but we're bringing the portable panels kind of out, not parallel. We're going to walk in. If either of the horses, and if anybody's going to do it, I think it's going to be Sadie, start pushing their hips out, we're going to go like this. Now the trouble is this is kind of a short panel. We do have some metal portable panels that are, oh, maybe a foot or two longer, and we might exchange them. It's easily done. But we're doing this one small step at a time with the easiest and least expensive materials that we can find to use. And we know that this is a critical training task for parallel, for pairs driving. This is a piece of PVC. Arm extension. This is a cart whip, arm extension. Each of the horse handlers are going to have an arm extension in their free hand, and if the horses seem to be pushing their hips out, we're going to try tap, 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 rhythmic tapping, tap, tap, tap. If that doesn't work, we'll see what's next. Now, this is Christmas time, and Doc Hamill, who's been my very valuable source of information about learning how to pairs drive, just sent out an email yesterday that he has a new DVD called Preventing Wrecks. And I thought, over all of these months, more than a year that I've been doing this, I've been trying to think ahead what could cause a wreck. And I was thinking, do I know it all? Probably not. So that DVD is on order. I've got the check in the mail. I'm going to be watching it, and so are my staff. As soon as we get it, then we're going to have discussions about it. Have we done everything we possibly can? Are we working slowly enough to make sure that the horses understand where they can and can't go? What is the right and wrong answer? And is the tack put on safely? Not just the tack, but the equipment. Now, this training harness pole in the back will be no lower than 32 inches. Probably a little higher. In the front, it will be attached to the front of their collars, which is a little bit higher than 32 inches. Then they're going to be asked to move around in parallel without a butt rope. If we need a butt rope, we've done several shows about them. We've tried to desensitize them to it. We'll put the butt rope on, and that's to help them remember to keep their hips together. In pairs, if you ever watch an old Western, in pairs, the horses have to travel together at the same speed and parallel. Otherwise, it's a potential wreck. So that's what we're working on today. I've just thought about using this wall of this shed and these panels as a new technique. Let's see if it works, and if it doesn't, we'll show you next time what we try next. So I'm giving Angela, who's leading Sadie, the youngster, this cart whip as her arm extension. It's all right. And Evie is going to be led by Aaron, and he's going to use that. Just the horses kind of get surprised if they feel something behind the person that's standing next to them. They kind of pay attention to it. And that's why I say you don't look back. You just use your swing of your arm and try to touch them in the right place on their hips or on their ribs. And it does wonders for leading a horse that you want to keep attention or that wants to keep stopping on you. They very much, oftentimes, pay a lot of attention to some kind of feeling back there when they're focused on the person at their head. So we're going to use that technique maybe today. We'll see. We'll see what works. All right, the idea is walk in. Try to walk in together. Sadie kind of follows Eve. Let's see what they say about stepping over the back of the harness pole.
Easy.
And both of them touch the back. But this time Sadie didn't freak out by the sound. Good.
Over.
Okay, now
Over.
Sadie's, okay, now she's gonna maybe,
Over.
she's lift. I think we have to move the camera over here a little bit. It's all right. Sadie, as I suspected, was gonna,
Over.
wait, let me move the panel out. Okay, we're gonna have to repeat. You're gonna walk out, Angela, and walk back in. Try to get closer to Eve.
Back.
And my cameraman will try to bring the camera here to show you what we're doing.
Back. Back.
We're moving Sadie back. I turn around and make a U-turn and make a long path to her position here. That's why I did it on this side of the shed, because I have a lot of room. Evie's just perfect. As a matter of fact, Erin, let me have your arm extension, because if I need it at all with Sadie, I'll have it. Better to have it and not use it than to need it and not have it, as Craig Cameron always says.
Step up. Step up.
Okay, look at her breast, not her head. Step over. Good. Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa. Good. She's not quite parallel, but she's certainly a lot closer to Eve. It's all right. Ah, but she's very, very jumpy.
Easy.
Okay, now I'm going to see, without spooking her, without making her feel claustrophobic, can I bring this panel in? It's all right.
Yeah.
She's watching. She's looking at her peripheral vision. We're trying to really calm her down and give her confidence. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work. She needs more practice on this. I'm going to rhythmically pressure her hip and ask her to move over. Will she move into the pressure or away from the pressure? I want her to move away from the pressure, but during training, sometimes you get the wrong answer, which is they try to move into the pressure. Okay, so let's watch it here. I'll pull this out. Over, over, rhythmic, over, 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 over. Just one step with her back legs would be good. Over, 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 over. Sadie, over. Rhythmically, over, 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 over. There you go. Yes, I removed the pressure. And she says, oh, that must have been the right answer. And she's not spooking at all. Now, Erin, let me ask you this. When we first started, he said he doesn't think these panels are long enough. Do you agree that maybe next time we'll want to use the metal panels, which I think are a foot or two longer?
If they are a foot or two longer, then yeah.
Yeah, he says yes. I have a couple metal panels right in the next corral over. We'll switch the vinyl with the metal. The vinyl is nice and lightweight, easy to hang up. We have everything hanging up off the ground on tool hangers, but that's okay. We'll switch to metal. We'll do the same thing, and then let me show you what the plan is. We're going to put, can you possibly move forward here and look between the horses? I'll move your caddy. We're on the move here out in the pasture. It's hard sometimes to do this video and be in the right position. Okay, let's go. It's all right, girls. Are they going to be afraid by this? Okay, all right. Now, here's the plan. We're going to have some screw eyes on the building in the same position as are the bottom of their collars, so that we can, next time or the time after that, whenever we feel we're ready, put the harness pole up at the right height with the back being still on the ground. And then we're going to ask the horses to walk in and be parallel, just like they are now. Then, when we're confident that they're not going to blow up, they're not going to spook, there isn't going to be a wreck here in this little cubby hole that we made for training, we'll hook the front of the harness pole to the front of their collars. And we'll very slowly, we hope, without spooking them, lift this back up. Maybe first we'll try to do it fast. Sometimes if you do things slowly, they start to suspect that something scary is going to happen. So maybe first we'll just confidently come up here and pick this up at a normal speed. But if we see that there's stress, that there's stiffness in their necks, that they're dancing around, that they're not 4 feet in concrete, as the trainers tend to say. Right now my horses have, in the vernacular, 4 feet in concrete, both of them. They're just standing still, they're not showing stress, they're not dancing around, they're not spooking. We're going to be lifting this up onto the building, lifting it up in the front, onto their collars, lifting it up into the back, at least 32 inches above the ground, which is the recommended spacing. It's all right, Evie, it's all right, for the back of a harness pole. Okay, so I think that Doc Hamill's DVD will probably confirm this, but from my experience, if the harness pole is at least above the hocks and slightly below the hips, that's the safest place to be. So that's what we're going to try. That's what we're going to show you. And we think about it between each session. How can we make the next session better? We make our goals. We try to achieve them, and if not, we back up to something we know we can achieve, because we always want to stop each session on our good note of resolution. And right now, we've got it, so we're stopping. Today, we're going to desensitize Sadie a little bit more between her back legs. And she tends to be really iffy when we're attacking her. So even though we have her on a lead line now and she's not hooked to the clip, she thinks she is. And we're going to touch her. It's all right, Sadie. It's all right. It's all right. Ah, she kind of flinched. Okay. Yeah, we got to get her so that she doesn't mind that feeling. You see how she pushed away? It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to try again on the other side, showing you where she is now on this lack of skill. It's all right. It's all right. We need to get her so that it doesn't bother her to be touched by these straps and pipes and whatever. She's licking her lips, but she's still real concerned. For comparison, let me do it to Eve. It's all right. It's all right, Eve. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Good. Inside, under the hocks. Inside, above the hocks. Inside, above the hocks. Inside, under the hocks. It's all right. Outside. There. Now, you see how we're saying, nice horsey, and her leg is cocked, and she's not dancing around. We have to get Sadie so she's just as good. And why? We're going to turn around here and show you what we're going to try again today. But we're going to show you what we're going to do next time once we're okay on bringing the 2 horses in here. Here's our training harness pole. Last time we got the 2 horses to stand on either side of it, it's on the ground. We got Sadie to move her hip over. One ever so slight right answer, and we stopped the lesson on a good note of resolution. We're not going to try this today, but we're going to show you what we're aiming for. We have some screw eyes here in the studs in the wall. Once we're comfortable that the horses will walk in here when the training harness pole is on the ground, we'll ask them to walk in here. When the training harness pole is up on the wall here, about 3 foot up. And then there's a chance, especially Sadie may step over the harness pole in her stress. We want to make it so that if she does, she's not going to spook. So we have to keep desensitizing her to that feeling of having something of this texture and of this stiffness touching her on her back legs. Once we can get them to stand over here safely, and we're going to be using these panels, you see these are our metal portable panels, to help push that hip over. Give them a border here, past which the hip shouldn't go. But we don't start that way because it's rather claustrophobic. Once we get them to stand here nicely with the training harness pole propped up in the front, without somebody there holding it up, without having it be attached to their collars, we're going to bring it up like this so that it's just above the hocks and below the hips on their back legs. We'll do what we have to do to gain confidence, mutual confidence between our horse and ourselves for getting ready to do farming. Last time we put Evie on this side. Aaron, why don't you put her on that side? Sierra, you go way out there and walk in. Curve. We're pretty sure Eve will just come in and stand. We're pretty sure Sadie may resist. And while they're entering, we're videoing it. I'm going to get an arm extension. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
Step up. Step up. She's going to touch it, make a noise. Good. Good.
Ooh.
My goodness, will she stand? Yeah, give her, make nice.
Good job. Good job.
Make nice. Now, if we wanted to, I'm going to do it just a little bit. There.
Someone should push her butt in.
Okay.
Easy
There.
girl.
It's all right. It's all right,
You're
Sadie.
okay.
Today, Evie has her hip out. So I'm going to go. It's all right, Sadie.
You're okay.
But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to get Evie's hip over. Rhythmic pressure. Over. Over. Over.
Ooh.
Good.
Good.
A little more.
Ooh.
Over. 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 Good. It's not perfect, but you see how she's making small steps over towards the harness pole, the ABS. And although they aren't completely parallel, we're going to take these correct answers and remove the pressure and give them reward for giving us the right answer.
Good job.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.